Yo guys and dolls, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you know what we're about by now. So today we're going to look at some of the new effects in Helix 3.0 update. The polyphonic update is what they call it. So let's just dive straight in and look at some of these great new effects that we've got for absolutely free. Thank you very much, Line 6.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Right guys, so here we are at the guitar. So I have got my gem today. Don't know why I picked the gem today, just feel like the gem today. So first one we've got is the Acoustic Simulator. So as you can see on the screen grab, I've got the Acoustic Sim, which is an EQ block. Then I've got a LA comp compressor, and then just a whole reverb with those settings. So this is kind of based off of the Paul Hindmarsh set, just because Paul Hindmarsh is an absolute god. So if you haven't checked any of his stuff out, go and check out the Line 6 movies, or go and check Paul out personally, because he's an absolute boss. So this is what it sounds like, just straight out of the bag, straight out the box. To me is pretty bloody convincing. So what I'll do is I'll just go play a little bit and just kind of show you on the screen what is going on with those presets. So let's have a little listen to that. So the great thing about this as well is you get different kind of modes. So you get a standard or a jumbo or an expanded. So let's just flick through some of those with just a G chord. So that's what you're getting with your jumbo. That's your standard. Enhanced. And then your piezo. For me, it's just got to be the jumbo. I think it just sounds better. And then we can move the body, so you can, I think it fattens it up. And then your shimmer will add some top end sparkle, kind of string sparkle. And then you've got your top end, which will obviously give you a little bit of just that top end glisten, which we might not want. So this is basically how I've got it set up currently. Sounds good, because you get that kind of kind of gets a bit of acoustic-y kind of slap. It just sounds great. Okay, so that's the acoustic sim. So let's move on to the next one, which is going to be our kind of poly sustain. So what we get here is the ability to catch like kind of your last played note. So you'll play a chord and then you can just hold on to it. So for example, we might have an augmented minor 7 chord. So on and so forth. So you can kind of catch your last played chord, which is loads of fun because you then basically get a rhythm guitar player. So the next one is gonna be like an arpeggiated shuffle. So this is the shuffle looper. So what this does is it takes a bunch of your notes, loops them, and then it just kind of messes about with the octaves and the delay and the sample. We can mess about with loads of different slices and stuff as well. If you check on the screen, you can see the options we've got down underneath that. So let's kind of catch something. So that kind of becomes an arpeggio then you can play over. And it can create some really interesting vibes for your playing. So let's just take that and put like some maybe like a chord in, see what happens. Now I can tell that to have more slices if I want, so I'll take the slices up. I can get the sequencer to do less or more. Get it to zip around a bit more if I wanted to. Put more octaves in. Make that louder. Put more reverse notes in. So now let's hear what that sounds like. So you can really come up with some crazy arpeggio stuff for that. Great little pedal. It's got the stereo imager on there as well, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So let's go on to the next kind of preset I've got, which is my Polywham, which is just a whammy pedal again, but it just seems to track a lot better now. So this is kind of like your Rage Against the Machine kind of whammy. Heavier amp on there as well. Just move back a little bit. So you kind of get that whole whammy thing. track's great. Great, and I say even with lesser gain, if you take the amp down a little bit, we've got that ability. And if I add a little glitch delay to that as well, it gets really, really ambient and awesome. With that type of tone, you get loads of mad ambient stuff going on. Great. Next one is going to be the Polycapo. So the great thing about the Polycapo is, again, it's kind of what we had with Simple Pitch, but it just tracks a bit better. Currently down. And then obviously you can shift into Helix as well, so you could make it go. Playing riffs with my foot then, what's it sound like with a bit more gain? Picking up every interval of those 9 chords. Sounds great, and again we could add that like glitchy delay if we wanted to. No difference in the sound at all there. Brilliant. So line 6 have really come good with the fidelity in this. This one is a beast. So this is the stereo imaging. So what we can do here is we can really exaggerate that stereo field. So currently it's a nice little delay. Now, yeah, let me just take some of those effects off, just so you can hear it in clarity. So I'll bypass the delay and the reverb. So that's just the standard tone. Now this is what happens with the stereo enhancer in. Off. And then let's whack those delays and stuff in. Making sure that if you're using stereo delays, you need to set the mode to stereo in. And now listen to it off. On. Just split lets everything just out a little bit. Masterful, sounds really, really good. So I'll be using that a lot in my ambient stuff, or more ambient stuff. And then last but definitely not least, well, there's a few. So we could go for another polyphonic thing. So what this is doing is just up two. But what you can do, I'll show you this as well. Like, this is one of Paul's patches. He's got this as a momentary latch. So what he does is he's got the pitch. So when he presses the pedal, or when we press the pedal, it just pitches to where we need it to be momentarily. So it's like a really quick whammy. Which is great sound, and then you can kind of like... So again, over a minor kind of chord. You can do a lot of stuff with that as well, just like momentarily latching. You can also have momentarily latching doing different intervals. So you can play the whole kind of piece with your foot. Absolutely brilliant. So that is it, pretty much, guys. That's all your poly effects. Sound truly, truly rad. And definitely worth a look at and an update. It's out now, and all of the bugs are ironed out. It works on everything. Check out my other videos in the range if you want. Next video coming up, we're going to just deep dive into the new amps and some of the new front end effects, so the fuzzers and the drives. But these are just so much fun, so go and have a load of fun with those. And we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, peeps.